What's up, fellow go-givers? JuJuan Buford, broadcast here from Detroit metropolitan area. And yeah, if you can't tell, it's a little bit late. It is about that time. But I was thinking about a conversation I had recently with a colleague of mine about hate, about people exercising a lack of belief, about people setting up roadblocks, about just the turbulence that can occur when you are leveling up as an entrepreneur. And the question that was asked of me is, well, how do you handle the turbulence? How do you handle family issues? How do you handle financial issues? How do you handle disputes internally and externally as it relates to your business? How do you handle competition? How do you handle it when people are hating on you, right? And just making things difficult for no reason. And my response was simply this: you should expect it. You should expect it. The bottom line is, if people are talking ill of you, more times than not, those are people who are typically throwing rocks up at you. Because if you're busy, if you're about that life where you're building constantly, you're occupied with how you can create more value for yourself and the people around you, you don't have time to do that typically 9 times out of 10, right? Um, because you're not going to take bandwidth away from your jam, the thing that you're pursuing upon, to deal with somebody else. You're just not going to do it, right? Unless the person just makes it impossible, where then you do have to turn around and put your foot on the back of their neck. It's part of the process, right? Um, Having issues in terms of being able to set aside more and more capital and come up and understand how to utilize the tax code to lessen your burden. That's going to be part of the process. The bottom line is, as soon as people realize that you're successful, the moment you have to step out of the dark into the light, which is why I encourage people, man, stay like under the out of the spotlight as long as you can. Because the moment you step out of, you have a bullseye on your back, and it invites jealousy, it invites envy, right? People are going to try you. They're going to create conflicts in order to either distract you, or because, quite frankly, we live in the United States of America, and people believe one of the easiest and quickest ways to score a victory is a lawsuit, right? You should expect it. You should expect that your competitors are going to be upset, because now you are taking market share for them. You're taking shine away from them. You should expect it. You should expect that as you become more and more successful, your appetites change, right? There's certain conversations you just don't hunger for anymore. There's certain types of relationships you don't hunger for anymore. It's certain type of environments you don't hunger for anymore, right? Because your appetites change, or your appetite changes for certain things. People who still have those appetites that you are moving away from are going to get upset. They're going to get disturbed by that, right? They're going to question you. They're going to ask, who are you, right? To have a different appetite. Who are you to no longer desire the things that we desire anymore, right? It's part of the process. It's part of the deal. As you scale, you have to start taking on talent. You have to start taking on individuals who may not be part of your personal network anymore, whether it be family or friends. You may need to look outside of your social circle. And once again, you're going to create a situation where not everyone has your best interests. Right? Some people are mercenaries. They're just there to get a check. They care less whether your business is here a day, a week, or a month from now. Which is why you have to put certain things in place and understand leadership and organizational development, so you put the right butts in the right seats. But nevertheless, even the best of us make errors in judgment in terms of the type of talent we need to have around us, right? It's going to happen. People are going to steal from you. People are going to steal, not just materially, but ideals. They're going to learn about your client base. They're going to learn about your business model. They're going to try to figure out what your secret sauce is. And yes, they're going to try to move across the street or set up an Instagram account and compete directly for your clients, or try to take your clients. It's just part of the deal. If these things aren't happening, quite frankly, it means you're not leveling up, right? And that's the conversation that I had with her. As you continue to build, the modus operandus, the ideals, the frameworks that have brought you to your current place, When you decide you're ready to level up from that place, it's going to require new thinking. It's going to require a new modus operandi, new frameworks. You're going to have to move differently, operate differently. You have to invest your time. You're going to invest materially in different things, right? It's going to be required, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And so there's going to be turbulence, no different from an airplane taking flight, right? In order for an airplane to climb to reach the highest level, it's got to expend more fuel. That means that plane's going to shake, right? There's going to be turbulence in order to get there. It's no different in life. It's no different in business, right? So if you're going through some BS.com right now, right, because you've decided to level up and to grow, all of a sudden people are behaving differently, or you're attracting a little bit of conflict, a little bit of drama, if all of a sudden systems are failing, and you're dealing with new situations financially that can cause a lot of strain psychologically and otherwise. If you're in a situation where you realize that your talents and your skills need to level up and you need to build stacks of experience, knowledge, wisdom, know-how, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, expect it. It's par for the course. And when you come to expect these things, particularly the diabolical behavior on the part of people, when you expect these challenges, it doesn't throw you off your square. It doesn't put you in a situation where you find yourself distraught and distracted, right? Because you know it's par for the course. And so for those individuals who are in that process of leveling up, whether you're going from 5 to 6 figures, from breaking 6 figures to $250,000, whether it be $250,000 to $1 million, or $1 million to becoming a decamillionaire and beyond, you talk to anyone, they'll tell you there is a different devil at every single level. You should expect it and you should embrace it. Celebrate success in advance. Goodbye for now.